Which way are you going so I know not to go there? Okay, I'll stay right here.
Okay, bro. We got the same color. My name is Fakunle Yesaya. My name is Shalabai. Just for detailed introduction of my counterpart here. He is the registrar of the International Training Institute, and he is also the chairman of the President's Board of International Council for the Far East. We have been working on this for 33 years now, together. We are co-founder of the Omega Youngsters International. Two of the co-founders. We started, it was once the president of Omega Youngsters International. I was also once the president of the Omega Youngsters International. So we graduated to International Council for the Far Religion. And in fact, we were also the co-founder of IFA International Training Institute. We founded it together, and all the models that were written, three of us wrote them. The third person is a lecturer in Nigeria, so it's not here. So we have been working together for a long time. And now that I'm the president of the International Council for the Far Religion, you can bet he's going to do a lot of work with me, because we are just like Siamese twins. Both of us have been working together. Today, we want to talk about 4 different Orisha. Although one is really not Orisha, but we will try to explain as we go. We are going to start with Osun, because we have a lot to talk about Osun. But there is no way you will talk about Osun that you won't talk about Orunmila. Because both of them are interrelated. The impression that people have is that Osun is the wife of Orunmila. And you will also see some areas where if I would say Osun is the wife of Ogun, on some other occasions you'll find saying that Osun is the wife of Shango, and so forth and so forth. When you talk of wife in Ifa, it does not mean man-woman relationship the way we think of it. It only means that both of them are going to work together in order to produce a common good. That's what it means. Because when people read that, the impression they have is that Osun must be a very wayward woman, marrying all the women, but that's not it. That's not it. And when you look at so many stanzas in Ifa, where Ifa talked about the wife of Orunmila, Ifa will not call it Osun. Ifa will say Osun fun leyo. And Osun fun leyo simply means an Osun devotee. Osun had given me joy. So it cannot be Osun again. So these are the things that we need to start with. My colleague here will start with Osun, and then I will also impute the little that I can. Over to you.
Osun is one of the 401 Irumole that came from heaven, that came to inhabit this planet Earth in the ages of antiquity in those days. And whenever there was any assignment to be carried out on Earth, Olodumare was always sending Irumoles. Irumoles are heavenly beings that came to inhabit this planet, and Osun was the only female among the 401 Olumole, and Osun had really wielded a lot of influence, and in influencing the other 400 Olumole to carry out their functions on Earth. We have seen on several occasions whereby they have worked really hand in hand, and there are also some other times whereby the 400 Olumole tried to marginalize Osun, and by the power conferred on Osun, she single-handedly circumvented all the efforts of other 400 Olumole, who were, of course, males. And the impression at that time was that she's just a woman, she's a female among us, so we can always do anything we want to do. So they were doing all that without including Osun in their deliberations. And the Osun saw that as a kind of marginalization on her part. So she also did, what she could to make sure that she's always made relevant in the scheme of things. So when they couldn't accomplish the mission, they had to go back to Olodumare, and Olodumare now asked, "You have 400 Olumole. I sent 401. Where's the remaining, Olumole that went with it?" I said, "She's there. Why didn't you include her in your deliberations?" I said, "We just thought that, she's a female, and Olodumare said, no, that single woman in your midst, it's really somebody that needs to be reckoned with. That not until you go back to the earth and acknowledge her and whatever you do, there and then you will accomplish your mission." So they came back to the earth and started, they had to placate her because, Osun really felt annoyed a lot that they were doing things without putting her into consideration. So they had to placate her, and since then, henceforth, whatever they were doing became successful. So I think what Osun was just trying to do in that aspect is that, because some people have been asking about the roles of women in Ifa and Orisha circle, just to show that women also play a significant role in life. So that is one thing about Osun. Then the other one that Chief was also trying to say about Osun being the wife of Orunmila, we have seen in several stanzas whereby Osun had worked together with Orunmila. And in fact, the advent of Cowrie's divination was first practiced by Osun. There was this time when Orunmila wanted to go, because he used to go travel a lot. Sometimes he would spend 16 years before coming back. So when he was about to travel, Osun had to ask Orunmila that, what if your clients, these people that normally come for one thing or one spiritual thing or the other. So that was when Orunmila now taught Osun the art of Cowrie divination, and that whenever I am not around, you can do this, and whatever comes out is also as valid as what comes out if Orunmila is also doing it or with. So that was how Osun also started the art of Cowrie divination, and she has been doing that effectively. And so Osun is, as far as we are concerned, we always put Osun into consideration in whatever we do, even in in the performance of sacrifice, we believe that we have to do if we really want success in what we're doing. So far, Osun has played a significant role in the life of humanity. And that is why up to today, she's still relevant. And we have heard of other female deities. They are Orishas and not Irumole. And the difference between Orishas and Irumole is that the Orishas, they were human beings that later elevated to that pantheon for them to be called Orisha. But Osun was an Irumole. Irumole, they were extraterrestrial beings that transformed to become Orisha just because of what they were able to achieve on earth. They were able to achieve remarkable feats that ordinary person or human being cannot achieve. That was why they were called Orisha. So all the other female deities belong to human Orisha. They belong to Orisha, not Irumole. I don't know if so what I'm trying to say in essence is that Osun, amongst all female deities, is the only Irumole amongst them. And then, she has been carrying out the functions given to her by Olodumare effectively. So far, Osun gives life, and she's also a lover of children. She's a lover of. It is not as if Osun gives children, but Osun, because she loves children, she plays with children, so people always approach Osun, in terms of childbearing issues. That is why, whenever anybody is looking for the fruit of the womb, the person will be asked to go and propitiate Osun, and Osun will now intercede, and try to see what she can do in order to facilitate, childbearing chances for that person. So Osun, she's a mother and everything. So because of that role, she's always regarded as a mother and a lover of children. So
thank you very much. You can see that my colleague here said it all. And that's the truth about Osun. The other thing that we need to know is that the Odu, where Orunmila taught Osun how to consult with Kaori, was Odi Okan. That's where Orunmila taught Osun how to consult with Kaoris. And with due respect, what Ifa really said was that men who consult with Kaoris are lazy. Lazy. Men are supposed to consult with Opele or Ikin, and women are supposed to consult with Kaoris. We have seen instances where women consult with Ikin and Opele, and they do it splendidly. You see, anything that has to do with intelligence, that has nothing to do with physical energy, nothing stops a woman from participating in it. And that's why we have some fantastic Iyami, even back at home, that they consult Ifa with Opele and Ikin very well.
Did you say Odi Okan?
Yes, Odi Okan.
Okay.
Secondly, Osun started what is known as the feminist movement. And that's why when you want to do anything and you do not include Osun, it will not work. You see, what Olodumare had done was 400 Irumole to one woman. That is when the circuit was complete.
Wow.
So that will tell you the kind of energy that women carry about. And that's why I said yesterday, I said it 2 days ago, women own the world. All what we try to do is to give direction. And science says that all men, without exception, they reason with only one side of their brain. But women reason and work with both sides of their brains. You can see that when geared towards positive ventures, women are supposed to excel. That is it. Most women who do not excel today, it is not because they cannot excel, it is because they allow the culture of their various communities to suppress them. And that is one thing that we need to move away from. It's one thing that we need to teach our female children not to allow to happen to them, because nothing stops them from becoming great. If we had had in history a woman becoming the Oba of Ile-Ife, which is supposed to be the primordial town, there is nowhere that a woman cannot go to. We need to understand that. And then there are some occasions, I've seen so many books, both in the diaspora and even back at home, where people say that Osun was a witch. It is not so. Osun was never a witch. Just let's get that clear. And many of them use the same Odu that my brother here had used, Oshetura, where they said that Osun single-handedly stopped all the activities of the men. He did not single-handedly stop them. This is what she did. Osun went to consult Ifa. She went to Agberegede Ajuba, Reabodu Beregede. Those are the group of Babalawo that told Osun, don't worry, let us summon the Eniyan in heaven. The Eniyan, there were 165 that Olodumare released for Osun. Go and stop what all those men were doing. So Osun was only coordinating what they were doing to make sure that it never moved. And when they realized that, all of them had to go back to Olodumare. We cannot understand the reason why what we have come here to do was not working. And that was when Olodumare told them that it will not work until you go back to complete the circuit. Let us look at the metal detector. The metal detector will not detect anything. It is the man behind that machine who will detect. But the metal detector had been done in such a way that when it comes in contact with metal, then the circuit will be complete and it will make the sound. That is what it did. And that was exactly what happened. As long as you don't have a metal, it does not make any sound. So that is exactly what happened when the men refused to acknowledge the presence and authority of Osun. So nothing happened. So that is what we need to know. Then secondly, when you look at Iretemeji, that was why Ifa said that when the world was being destroyed by the Iyamis, people mistaking it to be Osun. And they were doing everything. And what were the Iyamis doing? They were killing their children. And everybody said, no, it must be Osun because Osun was a witch. It took the intervention of Orunmila, Ifa and Olodumare to expose the culprits. And that's why Ifa says that if Osun will never fight you to the extent of hurting your children, no matter your offense to Osun, Osun may face you, but Osun will not do anything that will adversely affect your child. That is one thing that is very important. And when we talk of the young model that are in this world, there are actually 801, not 401. But there are 200 of them on the right-hand side of Olodumare permanently. 200 on the left-hand side of Olodumare permanently. Then 401 of them, they come and go. But let us do a little exercise. Do you think that all of us who are here, we can mention up to 30 young models? Out of the 801. Do you think we can mention the names of up to 30 young models?
No.
Why? Because many of them did not graduate to become Orisha. What is Orisha? The person whose Ori had specially selected. All the 801 of them did marvelously on earth. But because they did not affect us directly, we did not remember. We only remembered view. Those are the ones that we now have. We now have their icons and so forth and so forth. But because the others did not affect us directly, we did not remember them anymore. We know that there were 801. There was no argument about that. But how many of them did we remember? That is one. Two, it's not only Oromole and human beings who are Orisha. We have close to 160 trees that are also Orisha.
160 what?
160 trees. Yes. We talk of Iroko. We talk of Araba. Even some grasses. Peregun. And so forth and so forth. 160 of, even Atori. Blade grass. All of them had become Orisha. Why? If you want to consecrate Egbe, they will tell you, go and put Peregun there. Go and put, even bananas. Go and put bananas. There are some species of banana that are already Orisha. So go and put it there. And they will now help you, they will energize whatever you are putting there. And I want you to understand one thing. All the Orishas, all the Oromole, they are not those icons that you have at home. It's
Right.
those things that are buried within on the ground. Those are the real icons. Those ones are just symbolic for you to know that something is there. And when we want to do, when we want to consecrate a shoe, they will tell you, when you go and wash. Or it is those things that the Babalawo or Babalorisha dug and put on the ground. And I was surprised when I was reading some things on the Facebook, on Twitter, when people say, I dug the issue that they gave me, I only found herbs and roots and what do you expect to find? Because I really didn't understand. Maybe they expected to find money. Or human head. Those are the things that you are supposed to find. You see, these are individual energies. It's when you put them together, you get the result that you want. It's like a motor car. Don't you know how many parts make it move? That's right. If one of the parts is missing, it doesn't move. So that is the way Osun had been among the 801 Oromole. Osun had used her feminine energy to bring results. And as my colleague has said, Osun does not give a child to anybody. Osun will only plead on your behalf to get a child. The Oromole in child of child given is Kori. Kori, yes. That is it. That is the Oromole in charge of.
In charge of
children. Yes, Kori. They are. But Osun has a feminist way of going to Korikoto and pleading so that that child will come. And when the child comes, who will nurse the child? It is Osun. And that's why Osun is actually in charge of childbearing and child rearing. And also on so many occasions, Osun is in charge of mate selection for you to make the correct choice. Is in the hands of Osun. So what I am saying essentially is that Osun is a woman who uses her brain more than her heart. And that's why Osun will always tell you, this is what to look for in a woman. This is what to look for in a man. But many of us, we don't respect what Osun had said. We only live to regret our lack of respect for that view. And one thing that I discovered is that in the West here, although it happens over there too, people don't listen to Osun. People go into relationship out of love. Love alone does not make a successful relationship. It must be love and understanding. The understanding will not come from you alone. It will come from all those who surround you. And that is why in Ifa, marriage is not between a man and a woman. It is between two families. And that's why you have a lot of control. And that kind of control really helps to cement the marriage. Osun sits pretty in charge of that, on top of all this that we are talking about. So you can see that the role of Osun among the Irumole cannot be overemphasized. So if you feel that you are going through turbulent emotional situation, go and meet Osun. Go there and try to meditate. From within, Osun will give you the direction, but it is left to you to accept or reject. It does not really matter. Because at the end of the day, the choice is always ours. It is not, and that's why you cannot tell me that something pushed you. Nothing pushes nobody. You have to push yourself. Some people will tell you, oh, it was the work of issue. What was the work of issue? Issue is just a contractor. Whatever you want to do, issue will analyze it for you. Then, after analyzing it, you have to take that decision. So when you take the decision, issue will back you up. And in the process of doing it, if you are exposed, you are on your own. Because you will realize that there, issue will be telling you, I have told you. Why did you not accept it? And I always tell people that guilty conscience does not stop anybody from doing evil.
That's right. That's right.
It will only not allow you to enjoy what you have done. So these are things that we need to put in proper perspective and know that Osun, I don't know if you can show me of a single stanza where Osun perpetrated evil against others. How many of us here are initiated into Osun or who have Osun icon? Very good. What that means is that whenever you are in any situation, the first thing you have to think about is if Osun were to be in this situation, how will Osun react? The moment you know how Osun will react, that is what you need to do. A man had abused you, and you said, if a man had abused Osun, will Osun go there to try to tear his shirt and try to fight? No. That was why Osun went to Agberegede Ajuba. Ajubare, Abudu Beregede, they are a group of Abu. Osun went there for Ifa consultation. How many of you had ever gone for Ifa consultation when there was problem? Whether it is matrimonial problem or any other problem. Because that was what Osun recommended. Go there and you are going to get the power to overcome whatever is happening. We also have instances of women who claim to be Osun devotees who also misuse and abuse others. They misuse and abuse their children. Is that the recommendation of Osun? When Osun says that Osun will never fight you to the extent of adversely affecting your children, then why should you be the one who will now be doing things against your own children? Some of us are too busy to take care of our children. You have no business to beget any child that you cannot take care of. Anything that will stop you from taking care of your child should be abandoned. Face your children, because we need to build the future. And the only way to build the future is to produce functional children. Ifa is all about production. Ifa is all about producing great children. And the only way we can do that is to ensure that we give them the right training. And when we talk of right training, we must always be making a reference to what Ifa has said. Don't conjure anything up on your head. Everything is in Ifa. And that is the reason why we have no right to refuse to study Ifa. I said it yesterday, whether you are Condomble, whether you are Uganda, whether you are Santeria, whether you are whatever. Ifa is the unifying force. Study Ifa. Get results from Ifa. Ask Ifa, how do I handle this? Ifa will show it to you. And what I have said is that you need to study extensively. Don't think that because you know 2 stanzas in Ejiobe, you have known all. Ejiobe has 1,680 messages. How can you know 2 messages and think that you have become champion? Ifa is the only religion in the world that when you study it well, you don't become master, you become servant. So Are you ready to be a servant? Are you ready to be the servant of Osun? Are you ready to be the servant of Ifa? When you are ready, then you will see how Osun will multiply you. I'm not talking about money. Because there are 3 things that Ifa guarantees. Money is not there. The first one is that you will live a happy life.
Right.
You are living happily so that you will have more time to think about how to live happily and how to make other people live happily. The first is that Olodumare will give you patience the way Olodumare had given it to Armela. Your patience will make you see through human iniquities, human weaknesses, and you will be able to mend. That's why we keep on saying, if I will mend our broken world, that's the only way if I will do it. And the third one is, if I will give you a lot of children, both biological and spiritual, so that you will be able to guide them right. Where is the position of money? It's not there. But one thing that the father said is that you will never go hungry. And I think that is more than enough. You will never go hungry. So I want us to talk about Osun now. If you have any question, you can ask, so that we'll move to another one. Yes.
Baba, I have one question. Can you make the distinction between the Irumole and Agbamole?
Okay. It is Irumole and Igbamole. Igba means 200. We said there are 200 Irumole.
Yes.
Stay permanently with Olodumare on both sides. 200 on the right side, 200 on the left side. Those are the Igbamole. Then Irumole, there are the 401 Irumoles who are coming and going. They come to this planet Earth and they go back. See that my colleague talked about 16 years. Many times when Olodumare leaves, he will spend 16 years before he comes back. But that 16 years is actually 15 days. In their own calculation, it's 15 days. That is another thing entirely. I don't want us to digress too much.
Okay.
Because let us assume that you want to travel the way Olodumare has traveled. You are, let's say, 60 years now, and you traveled. You spent 2 months. 2 months is 60 days. What it means is that you are coming back after 72 years. And when you come back, your own grandchildren will be older than you before you come. Is that not a fact? So now, if that had happened to you, what position do you think you will be among your own children? Will they call you their ancestors? Anyway, that is topic for another time. I will show you how you will handle that. You see, what they are saying is